New Direct is incoming. We have to talk about this because there's a lot that's gonna go down. Block content. What's happening, my block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. Well, it has been officially announced, and they always do this on like the day before or the night before even. It's pretty crazy. We're thinking, yeah, this is definitely going to be the big one in terms of Pokemon news. So actually Nintendo Live reports on this saying Pokemon Direct officially confirmed for tomorrow, the 27th of February. So everybody, I am just going crazy about this because I actually really enjoyed Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. I think that for all the faults that it does have for making the franchise a little bit too accessible for its own good, I do like Pokemon Go, and I like where the general Pokemon direction is going in terms of quality, and I feel like if they are going to serve up a core sequel, well, that's definitely going to be really great on Switch, new Pokemon, and kind of a core experience learning from the mistakes and the great stuff from those Pokemon Let's Go games. This is pretty crazy, so we're getting a Direct really soon, but there is a little bit interesting thing. Also, by the way, that Detective Pikachu trailer just came out, the second trailer. It's incredible, so I'm going to talk about that a little bit too, and also for those of you who wanted to tune in for a live stream today, I know we usually do those around this time, but we actually had all this Pokemon news that I wanted to talk about, so let's just do it this way. Pokemon Direct officially confirmed for tomorrow, 27th February, Generation 8, question mark. So are we going to get that Generation 8 tease? Well, I don't know about you, but the promotional picture that went with this reveal, I mean, that kind of already spoils it to me. Because, and I don't mean spoil in a bad way, I mean spoil in the best way possible. If this is not going to include Generation 8 whatsoever, then this post is severely misleading, because I completely think that them posting this picture means exactly what they want it to mean. So Pokemon Direct, and then 3 Pokeballs in the picture. Now, 3 Pokeballs in the picture can only mean one thing in my mind, and that's of course the 3 starter Pokemon that you as a trainer get to, of course, choose from mostly in every game, right? So your Bulbasaur, your Squirtle, your Charmander, and so on. And of course, showing these 3 Pokeballs, yeah, we might not get a trailer in the general sense. We might not get a lot of gameplay in the general sense, but I completely believe that we'll at least see the first 3 starter Pokemon. Now, I believe that one of the best marketing jobs that Nintendo has ever done on a single game has got to be Pokemon Sun and Moon. I think that they doled out information quite well with that game. They spoiled a little bit too much, but they did like weekly videos showing off new parts of the game, showing off new Pokemon, and they did it in such a fashion that you could kind of follow development on the game, and that was really fun for me, especially trying to get back into Pokemon and just really failing at it every year. Last Pokemon game that I played has got to be Crystal or something, maybe even Pokemon Silver, so the one with Lugia. And I've been tracking the franchise for all this time, and I know quite a lot of the Pokemon that have been released since, and of course, playing Smash, you get familiar with characters like Lucario and characters like Greninja, and now, of course, Incineroar, but I feel like this has got to be a big shift. I don't want to go crazy and talk Smash Brothers in the sense that, you know, we talked about it in our last video, that it might even be possible for one of the 3 starters to actually become a playable character in Smash Bros. Ultimate's new DLC fighter pack, right? I mean, that's just the Sakurai thing to do. If it's gonna get announced now, then Sakurai must have already had sketches of these Pokemon if he so wished them, and then he could have already chosen, like he did with Greninja and like he did with Incineroar, what he kind of wanted to have in terms of a Pokemon. So if Pokemon as a company like Game Freak and Nintendo really want to push Pokemon, then they can definitely do that in this term. So what if the Pokemon Direct gets hijacked at the end with the Smash Brothers announcement, that character that we just saw, that cool character that emerged from a Pokeball, and maybe it was the grass starter, maybe it was the fire or the water one, and we shown its final evolution, and that one we are getting in Smash. Well, that would be really crazy. Also, I don't really feel like the timing would necessarily work. but I mean, these two games are kind of eclipsing at this point, so it wouldn't be all that crazy. Now, a Pokemon Direct has officially been confirmed, so it's just all Pokemon this time, and scheduled to air tomorrow, 27th of February. Pokemon fans all around the world have been eagerly anticipating news for the promised upcoming Generation 8 games for some time. So games, of course, we always get 2 games, right, to choose from. So what are they doing now? A lot of rumors go online, like, Pokemon King and Queen or something like that. I don't necessarily think they'll get too far off the field, but, X and Y, it was pretty crazy, I thought. Sun and Moon kind of got that whole theme going, so I feel like it could be something ethereal. I don't think it will build on Sun and Moon as a theme, because a lot of people were thinking stars or something like that. I don't really think that that's happening because it's a new generation, and Sun and Moon kind of fell with that whole Hawaiian theme too. So they've been waiting for some time, with many believing that news would drop tomorrow, which will of course be Pokemon Day, and we will get that we got that new Pikachu trailer on Pokemon Day as well, which is great. Now, Nintendo has confirmed that a Pokemon specific Direct is indeed happening. Surely this is it. Well, tune in on 27:02 at 14:00 UK time for roughly 7 minutes of new information in a live streamed Pokemon Direct presentation. So this is what a lot of people are kind of talking about. It is roughly 7 minutes. So 7 minutes for a Direct, not that long a time. For, stuff like E3, we always get an hour, or maybe a little bit less than an hour, maybe sometimes even a little bit more. And lately we've been getting these half an hour or 35-minute Directs, which are always, kind of packed with stuff, which you would expect. I don't think that Nintendo and Pokemon are cramming a whole lot into this thing. I think it'll be one kind of small presentation. Maybe some artwork, maybe some teases like we got for Pokemon Sun and Moon, and people kind of puzzled out like, oh yeah, it's an Hawaiian thing, maybe they're going to do the same thing here. So I think that there are 3 things that are for sure going to happen. Number 1 is we're going to find out the title of the 2 games. Of course, they want to get that title out there. I believe that it's not going to say the next generation Pokemon game and it's 2019 and it's got all these things. I think they'll give us the titles. Number 2 thing that I think is going to happen is we're going to see the 3 starter Pokemon, because they've teased the Pokeballs and they can't not show these guys. I don't think we'll get a whole lot more, but I think we are going to get those 2. So the other one that I think is very, very possible, and a lot of people have been waiting to see this, is if they are going to announce what kind of area this Pokemon game will be in. Will it take inspiration from countries overseas? Will it take inspiration from Asian culture? Or will it take inspiration maybe from the Netherlands with stuff like windmills and stuff? I've been campaigning that for a whole long time. So as you can see, the message states that roughly 7 minutes of new information will be shown, although nothing more specific than that has been shared. Naturally, this means we can't be certain that the new Switch games will be featured, but we can certainly dream about it. I believe that it is a shoo-in that this is going to happen. I don't think that this is a let's talk about some mobile stuff. And my first reaction to seeing this actually was pretty strange. My first reaction to seeing this Direct was they're going to drop some new Pokemon Go stuff, right? It's roughly 7 minutes. You're not going to cram a whole oh wait, Generation 8. And that's when my brain started swirling about and thinking, oh, all these things are possible now. So I really want to know, you guys, do you have any ideas for what these Pokemon will be? What will the 3 starters be? Well, I was already hinting at some sort of like tiny polar bear kind of Pokemon for maybe the water or / ice type. The flame Pokemon I always feel can be like a tripod kind of Pokemon, which would be really cool. And I just believe that there could be so many possibilities with a grass Pokemon in terms of a jungle-like Pokemon. So maybe a jungle cat with kind of like, grass abilities that it can throw or something like that. So really want to know your ideas for Pokemon, and maybe they'll come to pass in this new game, which we don't know all that much about. Now, I also see that a new Pokemon Detective Pikachu trailer has dropped, and it's awesome. I've seen it 2 times, and I'm gonna see it a whole lot more, just because the antics in this are so great. I think they hit the tone right on the head. It's funny, and now it's also epic and exciting. I think they're taking a lot from the original first Pokemon movie, so they're throwing a whole lot of stuff in there that I think is going to be a little bit scary too, and very emotional. But I feel like adding in that big one at the end, and if you don't want to get spoiled, first watch the trailer and then come back, but I feel that big spoiler at the end, Mewtwo jumping in the screen, that is the reason a whole lot of Pokemon fans are going to watch this thing, because now they've opened the floodgates. Mewtwo is now in the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, as I like to call it. So it's really amazing to see these Pokemon come to life. I think the CG is doing an incredible job. I love the acting, and I just think that it's going to be so much fun to go into a theater to watch a Pokemon movie with a couple of adults and just have a grand old time. And Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu, I was already sold on him, but he's really doing that cute tone, and I think he's all in. It sounds like he's all in for this one. So I'm really excited to see the Pokemon movie. I'm really excited to play that new game and the Direct, and I just want to know what you guys think of it. So thank you guys so much for watching. You can subscribe to Blocked Content if you want, and you'll get daily content. I'm so excited about it. We'll do live streams very soon, and we have a very special announcement to make in a couple of days, because we're doing a whole lot of stuff different in terms of scheduling, which is going to make a lot of you guys very happy in terms of animations, in terms of discussion videos, and in terms of doing live streams a whole lot more. So it's been really cool. Put up a poll on my community page. So if you are going to my channel, you can actually watch the community page and vote on that poll too. And then I'll know exactly what you guys like the most. Right now, animation content like Snake Codex, Wario prank calls, all that kind of good stuff, that's now in the lead. So we're going to be working a whole lot more on that kind of stuff. And of course, people really love the discussion videos like this. So we're just going to keep them both going, right? And if you have any cool ideas, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm always listening. I'm always reading. Thank you. If you aren't a member of the Blocked Content family yet, hit the subscribe button. All the news, all the fun will be delivered daily to you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner where there's always more Pika! Oh, and Blocked Content. See ya.